So the first thing I need to do for this recipe is get to work, obviously, on that pasta. So I've got a big pot of boiling water here, and I'm gonna season that really well with salt. Now, people always grind my gears about the amount of salt I put in, but don't worry, because most of this is going down the drain. Just for that, oh, I'm gonna go in with 2 more. Okay. Now, the thing, especially when you're making pasta salad, which you are serving cold, a lot of the flavors kind of get a little dulled by the chilling in the fridge. So salting it really well gives you that seasoning that will actually kind of hold through even when you're eating it when it's cold. So that is definitely a key to bump it up to the next level. But into there, I'm going in with 250 grams of pasta. Now, I like a short pasta. I like something that has a little bit of nook and cranny situation going on. So I'm using rotini. Something like radiatori would be great as well. You could also do like shells. Basically something that will like catch some of the deliciousness that you're throwing in. So I'm gonna go in with about 250 grams of that pasta. Give that a little bit of a stir, and you just wanna cook that actually until it is fully cooked. Usually you'll say al dente, just until it's nice and kind of toothy. But again, since we're chilling it, that makes the starches firm up again. So if you cook it al dente, it's gonna be a little crunchy once it's cold, and we don't want that. So cook that fully. While that's doing its thing, we're gonna get to work on that chicken. Now, if you wanted to, you could also do this with tofu. You could throw in some flaked salmon, something like that. But we're going with chicken thighs today. I've got 4 chicken thighs in a bowl, boneless and skinless, which is a dream. Boneless, skinless chicken thighs are, since that bone has been removed, they kind of unroll, and there's tons of surface area. So that's gonna bring a ton of flavor and get absolutely beautiful. So onto there, we're gonna make this into pesto chicken. So for pesto chicken, we obviously need pesto. I'm not asking you to make pesto though, just go get your favorite store-bought pesto. My favorite pesto is actually from that bulk food store where you can only buy like 87 cans of tomatoes and stuff. Very, very good. But whatever you like, you are good to go. So I'm gonna go on with about 2 tablespoons of that prepared pesto. That has garlic in it, it's got basil, it's got oil, it's got everything that's delicious, a little bit of cheese. But that's gonna bring a ton of flavor. Now into there as well, I am going in with a little bit of oil. I almost lied to you and moved forward in the recipe, but I'm not going to. 2 tablespoons of oil go on there, just to help carry the flavor. Again, there's obviously oil in that pesto, but I like oil, so we're doing it. Then I'm going on with a little bit of garlic. So I've got 1 clove of garlic here, and I'm just gonna mince it on. Now, do you need this? No, you do not, because there is already garlic in that pesto, but I like a good garlicky punch whenever I'm eating anything, so that is gonna bring that for sure. Now, I'm gonna give that a bit of a mix after I season it with a bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and just give that a bit of a toss together. Now, this is a great thing to do even if you're making like regular chicken breasts, if you've got bone in, skin on, whatever. Using pesto as a like flavor booster where someone else has done all the work already is kind of a dream, especially for a weeknight meal. So give that a nice mix together just until it's nice and combined. And now I'm just gonna transfer that chicken onto a sheet pan that I've lined with a little bit of parchment paper. Since I'm using boneless, skinless chicken thighs, I am keeping them like unrolled as opposed to keeping them nice and rolled up because they're gonna cook a little bit quicker, give you a little more surface area too for some golden brown deliciousness. All right, spread over the rest of that pesto and we are good to go. Now that needs to go into a 425-degree oven for just about 20-ish minutes, just until it's cooked through. While that chicken does its thing though, we're gonna get to work on the sauce for this pasta salad. Now, I'm a mayonnaise girl through and through. I'm not gonna lie. If you wanna cut this with a little bit of yogurt, I will allow half and half, but you need mayonnaise. Don't skip it altogether. It's delicious. It's a little lemony. It's really, really tasty. It's super, super great. So into my bowl that I'm actually gonna serve everything in, I'm gonna go in with about a half a cup of mayonnaise. So if you did wanna cut this with, well, you wouldn't really be cutting it with sour cream, but if you wanted to use sour cream, you could do half, or yogurt, you could do about a 1/4 cup of yogurt and a 1/4 cup of that mayonnaise. So that's gonna go in. Then we're gonna go in with a little bit of Dijon mustard. Do I need another spoon? No, I'm gonna use a fork. Just about 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. It's gonna give a little bit of a pop. It's gonna give a nice flavor, super, super tasty. A little bit of vinegariness too, really delish. Then I'm going in with my pesto. We are carrying that pesto through because this is a caprese pasta salad, so we want that basil flavor. So I'm going in with about maybe 3 tablespoons of that pesto. It's gonna give a lot of flavor and be super tasty. Go in. Clearly I'm measuring everything very, very well. When you're making pasta salad, you do you. All right. Now into there, we're gonna go in also with some lemon zest and lemon juice. I love lemon zest. It gives a really nice bright flavor. It gives the flavor of a lemon without that acidity. And in my books, if you are throwing out that zest, you are throwing out money because there is so much flavor on the outside of that lemon. So just get that little bit of lemon or that little bit of yellow off from the outside. Tap that in. Some lemon juice in there will also cut through some of that richness. Maybe about half that lemon or a whole lemon, whatever you're feeling. Oh, that's a tough lemon. I hate it when you get a lemon of a lemon. You're like, oh, I get why they call bad cars this. Okay, we've got it. You know what I'm talking about. Jeff gets it. Okay, we got it. Okay. Give that a little bit of a stir. And then we're gonna go in with some salt, a little bit of pepper. Now, if you wanted to here, you could also go in with some chili flakes. That would be really nice. Give it a little bit of extra flavor. Get that all off of that spoon. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's pretty much it for the sauce. You can add in, though, anything you want. If you wanted to do this extra tomatoey, you could do a little sun-dried tomato pesto in there. That would be beautiful. But into there, we're gonna go in with that chicken. So I've got some of that chicken that I made earlier. It's cooled to room temperature, and it's cooked absolutely beautifully. We've got all of that deliciousness from that pesto on there, so that's gonna be an absolute dream. So all I need to do, I don't know why I put an oven mitt on, it's cool, so, you know, whatevs. I'm gonna give that a little bit of a chop. If you wanted to, you could also shred this chicken for a little bit more of kind of a rustic vibe. But I really like a little dice for this because it's gonna give you kind of a similar consistency as all the other mix-ins in this beautiful salad. So just chop up that chicken. It's nice and juicy, perfectly cooked. You can smell the pesto on there. There's that lemon, that garlic, a little bit of that Parmesan cheese, which is always a dream. You can cut it up however you'd like. I'm clearly going very devil-may-care. And just add that on into that beautiful bowl. Again, by doing this all in the bowl that you're serving in, it is gonna save on cleanup, which is an absolute dream. Now, for the pasta, I do have some over here that is already cooked. And don't change the channel, because I'm about to tell you something that I've never told you before. When you're cooking pasta, typically, you do not rinse it, because you want that starch on the outside. It helps all the sauce kind of stick. For pasta salad, rinse it. I know, guys. I feel like it's dramatic. In the world of cooking, it's dramatic. But that's gonna remove all of that excess starch that's on the outside. So then your pasta salad isn't gonna turn into just a block in your fridge that's the shape of whatever container you have it in. It's also gonna help it cool down quicker and stop the cooking process so it doesn't overcook. So this is looking good. It's nice and cool. I'm gonna go in with those noodles. I made some extra, so we're gonna save those for later. And then to bring that caprese vibe, I've got 2 cups of halved cherry tomatoes. I love a cherry tomato. Yes, it is almost cherry tomato season, but I'm not gonna lie, cherry tomatoes are the only tomatoes that never do me wrong. You get a tomato in the middle of December and it looks beautiful, it's gross. Cherry tomatoes, always good, always sweet and tasty. Now we also need some cheese in there, obviously. So I'm going in with about 2 cups of bocconcini. Now I've cut this into quarters, but basically you want it about the size of those tomatoes. So add that right on in. Bocconcini is just fresh mozzarella. If you wanted to make this a little more like rough and tumble, you could easily do it with just like pizza mozzarella. I would not say no to that. Cube that up. Smoked mozzarella would be really nice as well. Give that a good mix together. You might think there is too much dressing, but there's not. It's gonna absorb into those noodles, keep everything beautiful. Now, the final thing you obviously need anytime you're doing something with caprese kind of vibes is some fresh basil. So I'm gonna pop this right forward and then just tear your basil leaves all over top. By tearing them, you're gonna give beautiful flavor, super perfumey. I don't know about you, but I cannot walk by a basil plant without touching it, so this is my dream right now. Put a little on your, your neck for a little bit of perfume, and you are good to go. This, honestly, is a dream for spring. It's perfect for summer barbecues.
Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.